This story that I want to share with you today is out of Buffalo, New York. Jaylen Griffin was 12 years old when he left his home to go to a nearby convenience store. However, he never returned back home. A desperate search ensued for Jaylen, with help from the community and the local police department putting up flyers in Coleman streets for Jaylen, but he still wasn't found. On April 22nd, 2021, Jaylen's mother, Jawaan Ponzo, she would post on her Facebook page, "Happy 13th birthday to my son Jaylen. Wherever you are, I pray that you are safe and able to enjoy your day." She still had no clue where Jaylen was, but she still remained hopeful. Days before Thanksgiving, while Jaylen was still missing, her son, Jawaan, 18 years old, was gunned down just steps away from the family's home while coming back from the convenience store. Joann posted on her Facebook page, "My son, they took you away from me too soon. Love you always, and you're in a much better place. I will love you to the end of me and beyond." Jawaan was described as a very happy, beloved kid who worked 2 jobs every day. No arrests were made in the death of Jawaan to date. And within that same year, Joann's oldest son was shot on his 21st birthday. Thank goodness that he did survive that. I don't believe that there were any arrests made in that crime as well. Now, me, on the outside looking in, I wondered, could Jaylen's disappearance have anything to do with the murder of Jawaan and the attempted murder of the oldest brother? Now, I think so. And it's a shame that still no arrests have been made in all 3 of these crimes. Someone or several people had really had it in for these 3. And the scary part is, has it stopped? I hope so. I really do. Joann would post on September 8th, 2020, just weeks after Jaylen vanishing, "I got a good lead on where my son could be." In the comments, a person said a lady found her 2 missing daughters there. Now, as I read through the comments, this house was a runaway house that teens would go to. I would say like a party house with no real supervision there. It turns out that Jaylen was not there. If he had been there prior, it hadn't been stated, but he wasn't there when his loved ones went to look for him. Now, people that were searching for Jaylen, they would comb the streets daily, trying to find out where he was, what happened to him, and still hoping that he wasn't hurt or harmed. His mother, she would attend all the vigils related to Jaylen. Years are now going by. Age progression photos of Jaylen were now posted. Joann didn't believe that that was her son. She would look at these age progression pictures and she would say, "That doesn't look like my son. That's not my son." She only envisioned Jaylen as a 12-year-old kid because that was the last time that she'd seen him. She had even found a cryptic drawing with a message scrawled on it. It said, "I'm gone already." It's unclear if that message was written by Jaylen, but it was still strange to say the least. But no one was closer to finding out where he was. But there was somebody out there that knew exactly where he was. Joann told Buffalo News that she was reluctant to speak to reporters about her son's case. She lacked the confidence to do so. I could strongly understand that. People, they call you, they play games, they make up lies They say sick things about where Jaylen is or what's happening to Jaylen. This happens a lot to people who's going through crimes such as this. They would even demand money, go as far to pretend that they are the missing person. Misery loves company. But still, that didn't stop her from still looking, hoping, praying, and wanting her son back home. His 13th birthday passed, his 14th birthday passed, his 15th birthday passed. One thing she always did was make sure that Jaylen's birthday, there was a post about it. And she would say how she felt about the situations daily. No luck today. We are out here trying to find him today. If you see Jaylen, please call 911. Joann had a lot on her heart. Her eldest son survived a shooting, but still, that's very scary for a mother. Her 18-year-old son was killed right there in front of the house, and there was no justice. To lose a child, I was told, and I have even witnessed, has to be one of the most painful things that a parent would have to go through. And now she still has her 12-year-old son out there who's actually 15 now and still missing. Due to the contrary, the police would say he's a runaway. Joann didn't feel that they were looking hard enough for her son because he wasn't a runaway. It was nothing at home for him to run away from. To imagine what Joann was going through, I can't. Joann attended a vigil for her son. Another birthday was about to pass by without her knowing where her child was. She was seen crying at one of these vigils and praying for Jaylen to be found. And little did she know that he would be. In September 2023, Joann, at 48 years old, passed away at Sisters of Charity Hospital. Her health had rapidly deteriorated, never knowing what happened to Jaylen. Friends that knew Joann said that she died of a broken heart. On April 12, 2024, police would find Jaylen. It was just about to be his 16th birthday on April 22nd. He just had been 5 miles away from the grocery store and away from the family's home. He was located at 107 Sheffield Avenue, located in South Buffalo. He was in the attic the entire time. He was deceased. The house on Sheffield, they say, has a history of reported dead bodies. So eerie that the tip that Joann had, where people thought Jaylen may be, these houses really look similar. And both these houses seem to have a reputation. From 43 North Cumberland to 107 Sheffield is just a 15-minute drive from one another. It may just be a coincidence. A maintenance worker, they're saying, is who actually found Jaylen. There was no smell, no decomposing matter, nothing. Now, the police wouldn't say what state that Jaylen was in, but if this house is known for that type of activity, of course, no one is going to report a decomposing smell. Not at all. Not at all. How did Jaylen get there? Who was living in that house almost 4 years ago? when Jaylen was put there, lured there, forced there. Who was there? Somebody was there. Was this house abandoned then? Because when Jaylen was found, it was occupied. There was actually people living in that house. Jaylen's body was so deteriorated that medical examiners had to identify him by his dental records. Police say that his cause of death was a stabbing, and his death is now being investigated as a homicide. Jaylen's grandmother, Shirley Banks, she said, "He did nothing to you, so why did you do what you did?" Who would stab a 12-year-old child? She also said that Jaylen didn't know anyone on South Buffalo. He would never have walked to South Buffalo, and that they want justice for Jaylen. There is a $7,500 reward for information leading to the arrest for Jaylen's killer or killers. I hope the remaining family members of Jaylen's family get answers followed by justice. I would also like to add that though I didn't mention Jaylen's father, Brian Griffin, he had the same questions that I would like to know. How do you not know that there is a dead body in your house? He does say that he feels better, of course, that his son was found, but now he wants justice for his son. Now, I decided not to name the older brother because it wasn't in any of the news clippings, but you guys that follow me, you know I love to go and look for these people on social media, which I did. And I do know that that oldest brother, that he is struggling with the fact that his siblings and his mother is no longer here. He misses Jawaan. He shared a photo. He refers to Jaylen as his shadow, and he talks about the plans that the two of them had in the future. He had actually wrote on one of his posts, "To lose your siblings and mother literally before all their birthdays is killing me. I personally wish you strength and energy to get through this. I really do. And everybody that loved and cared for this family, my condolences. Rest in peace to Jaylen, Jawaan, and justice for Jaylen and Jawaan." And I also want to say justice for Joann, because she had to go through so much looking at these horrible things happen to her babies. I couldn't even imagine. Rest in peace.